with the black motion sensor, I feel like that's the quickest way you can get information. That's the quickest way you can make adjustments. If the technology is there to help you, we gotta take it.
Hi, this is John Bennett, the Travel Ball Dad. I'm sitting here with Amanda Scarborough she's coming to us from Austin, Texas today, in the state where she was a pretty successful softballer herself. Amanda, welcome.
So happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's wonderful. Well, I've learned quite a bit about you over the last couple of weeks, knowing that we had this interview come up. But do me a favor, give the audience a little background about yourself as far as your upbringing as a player, and then the unfortunate injury that took you off the field that kind of allowed you to go into that coaching realm and ultimately a commentating role.
Yeah, that could be, I think, a 30-minute story in itself. I'll try to keep it somewhat brief because everybody's story just has so many different intricacies to make them who they are. But I started playing when I was 5. My dad just signed me up. I think that he saw a little flyer that said, hey, this is a youth softball league in the local Houston area, which is where I'm from. Sign me up. And ever since then, it's been no looking back. Softball is my life mentality. Played rec ball and then started playing travel ball when I was probably 11, I want to say. Got involved in my first travel ball team. Started on a lower level travel ball team and then worked my way all the way up to 16U and 18U, a much more competitive team to be able to go and play in college and to be able to get recruited and earn a scholarship. And I played at Texas A&M for 4 years. Got a full scholarship there, which I'm looking back now at being age 30, it's just wow, my parents didn't have to pay that. Are you serious? At the time, it's oh, great. Yeah, a scholarship, whatever. But the fact that my parents, I got 2 degrees there. I got my undergrad degree, my bachelor's, and I also got a master's degree. My parents didn't have to pay for either of them. Okay. But like you said, I got hurt my senior year. I was an All-American my freshman and my junior year, and then my senior year ended up getting hurt, which is a career-ending injury for me. It was a foot injury that happened in February of my senior season, and it kept me out for the entire rest of the season. And it was a really unique perspective for me because before that injury, if you would have asked me if I wanted to coach softball or do anything with softball, I would have told you, no, absolutely not. I'm burnt out. I've been playing since I was 5 or 6. I am over it. And then I had this injury and it put me into a different role and gave me a different perspective on my team. And I ended up finding why would I get away from this? I love this sport. I'm able to look at it in a different way. I didn't have as much pressure on myself because I wasn't playing. I got to just show up to the ballpark and knowing that I wasn't going to go in because I had to have a couple of surgeries my senior year. And I got to really appreciate the game in a way that I didn't think that I was going to. And so we ended up playing in the national championship series my senior year. I didn't play an out. I didn't step onto the field, which was awesome all in one. And then also a little bit hard too, obviously, if you're a starting pitcher and maybe you would have had a chance to be out there and then you didn't get to be out there in the national championship series. And then anyway, so because that was such a big story, ESPN asked me after my senior year if I wanted to commentate a super regional. My first ever super regional was the year after I got done playing UCLA at Missouri, and I've just continued to do more and more games since 2009 to where now I'm full-time with ESPN in the year of 2017, and I probably call about 60 games in 1 year on ESPN or the SEC network, and then Longhorn Network is in that as well, even though I'm an Aggie. And then I also coach with the package deal. We do softball clinics all over the country and put them on for girls between the ages of 8 and 18. They all show up to our clinics, and we probably do about 45 a year. So a lot going on, but I'm still involved in softball, and I love the sport so much.
Well, being an Aggie, can you hold up the horns for me?
No, I can't do it, even though I live in Austin. Isn't that funny how that works out?